still watching? Has everybody still awake out there? Has the feed got hung up? I bet the feed's got hung up. That's a bad time for the feed to get hung up. let me let it get reset right quick, okay? Let me see what's going on over here. Okay, what I'm going to do, yeah, nobody's claimed anything in that stack, which is crazy. So let me bring these back. Okay, I'm going to bring all these back, and we'll just redo that whole stack in just a second, okay? So no comments. I'm going to say right here is the stopping point, Josh Brown. And then let me get everybody back, okay? The feed went down right when I showed a crazy stack of CDs. All right, so let's get everybody back on here and figure out what happened. I'm on so many platforms now. So I'm on so many, we're streaming to so many platforms and so many people watch on so many different ones. If one goes down, other people still commenting, and I don't even realize it's dead. And so I'm like, what the heck happened? And then finally we all get caught up. So feed was lost. Okay, that was wild because I just went through one of the craziest batches, and I was going to say, whoever's first to some of these are about to get really lucky. And make sure I didn't miss anything else. I was also about to show the hot picture. And then Dave, the cassettes I'm talking about, Dave on YouTube, the cassettes I'm talking about that are really expensive are thrash metal, Metallica, stuff of that nature. 60s and 70s classic rock cassettes are not that expensive. Those are like $5, $10. The ones I'm talking about are rare metal cassettes. They're some of them could get very expensive. Shakedown, the Neil Young is VG, $7.50. Okay? $5, last thing I said. That was probably... for the Doobie Brothers, okay? So let me reverse the order of this CD pile, because that's where we stopped. I was about to show this CD pile, and then finish the half off bin, then do a recap. Okay, so y'all might have missed me showing some vinyl there too. So let me restack this CD pile, and we're going to show all these again. Okay. And then if y'all missed the last few records, it was Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits, VG5, Leslie West Mountain, Leslie West, EX $9, James Taylor Mudslide Slim, VG Plus $9, Ozark Mountain Daredevil sold to Kevin Cassidy. Thank you, Kevin. Cosmos Factory was VG $12.50. Buddy Holly, VG Plus $14. And Neil Young was Tonight's Tonight, VG. The half-off price is $7.50. Okay, now time for these CDs. What I was saying is whoever's lucky to be first on these is going to be lucky because there's some great titles and there's a bunch in a row, okay? So Twisted Sister, Club Days, Studio Sessions Volume 1. Twisted Sister, Big Hits and Nasty Cuts, the best of Twisted Sister. Twisted Sister Under the Blade Deluxe Edition. Twisted Sister Under the Blade Standard Edition. Twisted Sister Metal Meltdown. Striper, Second Coming. Striper, Live at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Striper, Murder by Pride. Striper, The Best of 7. Striper, Against the Law. Striper, In God We Trust. Thin Lizzy, Vagabonds of the Western World. And Thin Lizzy Jailbreak, both are deluxe expanded editions. Nice. Jon Stewart, Chili Wins. Cat Stevens, The Very Best of Cat Stevens. Chris Stapleton Traveler. Chris Stapleton from Room A, Volume 1. Nice, those are great albums. Paul Stanley, Live to Win of Kiss. And then Billy Squier, The Tale of the Tape. Okay, and then Patrick, if you don't want Leslie West, then Carl Berger does. So we'll see if Patrick wants that. The first on Twisted Sister was Michael Ruckman. He got auto-corrected to TVs, but he was first. So Michael, your dibs on the Twisted Sister. There was a total of 5 there if you want them. Scott O'Man was second. Jim B was third. J.D. Conklin fourth. Michael Ruttman first on Striper. Michael Ruttman again first. Wow, you should go buy a lottery ticket. You have your choice of the 6 Stripers. He might end up taking everything. And then next is Justin Deckelman on Striper. And then J.D. Conklin on Striper. Greg Herman first on Thin Lizzy. Greg, you've got dibs on those 2. Then Michael Reed. Then Michael Butler. Then Ivan R. Then Cynthia. Cynthia, you got dibs on both Chris Stapletons. Everything over here is pending. Chris next on Thin Lizzy. And then Michael wants all. And Greg wants both. And the info was OG EX condition, $9. EX condition, $9. The only thing that he didn't claim there was Billy Squire, The Tale of the Tape. Paul Stanley, Live to Win. The Very Best of Cat Stevens. And John Stewart, Chili Wins. That's the only thing that didn't get claimed there. All right, so that means first, off the top, we got Greg Herman on both Thin Lizzies. This is the $9.99 piles. The 6 Stripers are sold to Michael Ruttman. And the 5 Twisted Sisters are sold to Michael Ruttman. And Cynthia got both Chris Stapletons. That's not always the case. Sometimes people pick 1 or 2 and then we go down the line. But they do have dibs to get all. And Patrick Lear gets Leslie West, Carl Berger second. Back to LPs, everybody. We have Diodato, Prelude. This has the 2001 Space Odyssey song. Also the Elvis Presley song. Also the Ric Flair song. EX, $9. James Brown, Hot Pants. VG Plus, there they are. James Brown, Hot Pants. VG Plus, $12.50. 3 Dog Night, It Ain't Easy. VG Plus, $7.50. Marshall Tucker Band, EX, $11.50. And then Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline, VG Plus, $12.50, first label. Johnny Cash appears on that label. Folks, that was a great half-off bin. Great half-off bin. And we're about to read through it again. And Cynthia on Diodato. And we're going to recap that one because if you just caught bits and pieces, there's still great stuff in here. And we're going to start from the back, and we're about to recap it the exact same way we were first showing them. So let's start from the back, and we got Moody Blues, Go Now, for $10. Doug Kershaw, self-titled, for $10. Dave Mason, Let It Flow, was $5. The Alarm, Eye of the Hurricane, $12.50. Sybil Shepherd, Sybil Does It to Cole Porter. Sybil Does It to Cole Porter, and that's $10, Sybil Shepherd. Also, Johnny Winter, Serious Business, $10. Moody Blues is $7.50. And the Professional Approach to the Disco Instruction box set, that's $12.50. Jean-Luc Ponty was $5. Let me pause there and let's pick out some sheeties, okay? Some sheeties. What else do I have over here? All right, some of these I'm going to do $6.99. So let me start pulling out stuff that's going to be $6.99. And that's going to be the benefit for both of us. Because I like showing these things just once. And we'll make that $6.99. And that's $6.99. And that's $6.99. And that one's $9.99, $6.99. That's going to be $6.99, $6.99, $6.99, $6.99. $9. And then we got definitely $9. And then 9, we'll do that, we'll do those 6 and 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 6 and, I'm not familiar with that, so we'll make it 9. That looks like a boot, so I'll make that. That is really cool, actually. I'll have to check that one. It's borderline a box set, and then 6, 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 and then 6. And then these are 9, and 9, and 9, and that's 9. And then over here we'll do, what is that? Ooh, that's cool. We'll do that at 9, and 9, and 9, and 9, and 9. Okay, so before I do those, let me mix these in over here. Y'all are going to like this batch. And, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do all these right here. All right, here comes another great stack of $9.99 CDs. Y'all heard me do the sort. Y'all gonna like these. Here we go. A lot of 666 in there. Let's see here. Bob Dylan, Cynthia. Did I pull Cynthia's CS? Cynthia CS was for Sybil Shepherd. That's so to Cynthia. Bert Jordan wants both Moody Blues and something else. He didn't finish that comment, but I will go ahead and give you both Moody Blues. And then J.D. Conklin wants the Paul Stanley CD. That's sold for $9.99. And then here we go. Here's $9.99 CDs, and I'll finish up the recap of this half-off bin. Over here is Scorpions Humanity, Hour 1. Scorpions Worldwide Live. Scorpions Blackout. Wow, right? Scorpions Love at First Sting. Rock You Like a Hurricane. Santana Supernatural with Smooth. Sound City, nice. Sound City 606, that's pretty cool. That's $9.99. The Sopranos, music from the original series. U2 live from Slane Castle. That's a great concert. That's on YouTube as well. We got 3 Twisted Sisters. Come Out and Play. Love is for Suckers and Still Hungry. Those are all $9.99. Southside Johnny live in Boston. The Sports, Don't Throw Stones, 2 disc. The Sports, Don't Throw Stones. James Taylor's Best Live. Roger Taylor from Queen, Strange Frontiers. The Best of Tears for Fears, Rule the World. The Temptations Ultimate Collection. And Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Those are all $9.99 each, okay? $9.99 each. Chad needs a drink of Monster. Let me do that right now. Okay, here we go. Am I still live? Here we go. All right, let me get them stacked over here where I can flip through them better on my desk, essentially. J.D. Conklin, I'm going to give you all 3 Scorpions. You were first. You just put Scorpions. I'm assuming you want all 4 of them. Those are sold to J.D. Conklin. All 4 Scorpions are sold. Chris Frazier was next. He wants Blackout. Donna on JT, and that was for James Taylor Live. Is that right? The Best of Live, Donna Turner. That's sold to you? Or was there another JT? Santana, Sound City, Sopranos. I'm assuming that was it. So give that to Donna. Cynthia Herdron was next. And then next was Dino Vinyl Vixen. Now, I'm not for sure who that is over on Twitch. Who is Dino Vinyl Vixen? Whoever that is, they got Tears for Fears, Greatest Hits, which is right here. And then Cynthia Herdron was next. Then Ivan R., then Susie. Denise Ofdahl. Denise O. I like that better. Denise O. Chris Frazier got the Temptations Ultimate Collection. And Shakedown got U2. Shakedown got U2 at Slane Castle. Okay? And then this is sold to Shakedown. And he says he can have Blackout. Okay. So Chris Frazier is going to get Scorpions Blackout. Scorpions Blackout is sold to Chris Frazier. I'm going to move that one on top. That is sold to Chris Frazier. Scorpions Blackout. All right. So that stack left the following. Here's what got left in there. Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Roger Taylor, Strange Frontiers. The Sports, Don't Throw Stones. Southside Johnny, Live in Boston. Twisted Sister, all 3 still left. Come Out and Play, Love is for Suckers, Still Hungry. The Sopranos, Sound City 606, and Santana Supernatural. Let's go ahead and finish the recap of the half-off bin. Aretha Franklin, Who's Zooming Who? That's in Shrink with Hop, $10, no condition notes. Edgar Winter, nice copy in Shrink, also for $10. The Best of Jerry Lee Lewis for $5. El Dorado, a symphony for the Electric Light Orchestra, $12.50. Neil Young Live Rust, VG Plus $12.50. Great stuff there. Traffic, EX $9, original die-cut cover. And we have Seek the Lord, Seek Ye the Lord, the Caravans, VG Plus $7.50. We got Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits, 60 to 65. That's VG. That's like the early years. That's right before really the almost like rock soul pop stuff came in, $5. And then Susie Does Want Bruce Springsteen for $9.99. Randall Garwal on Twisted Sister Come Out and Play. That's sold to Randall for $9.99. And over here, we have James Taylor, Mudslide Slim, VG Plus $9. Cosmos Factory, Creedence Clearwater Revival, VG Plus $12.50. Reminiscing, Buddy Holly, VG Plus $14. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night, VG $7.50. James Brown is VG Plus $12.50. Three Dog Night is VG Plus $7.50. And Marshall Tucker is EX Edition, $11.50. Now, I'm going to make sure everybody's got everything what they want out of there. I'm going to offer it as a bundle. I would love to sell everything left in there. That would fill up our last full crate of vinyl. And then we're probably about to go into total chaotic CD mode for the rest of tonight's show. And Michael McVeigh on Aretha. Now, Michael, did you want Aretha Greatest Hits or Who's Zooming Who, or do you want both of them? Your dibs on those. And by the way, for anybody that's new, $8 in limited shipping. That started on Monday. Anything you buy Monday, Tuesday, tonight, tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, all $8 in limited shipping. All $8 in limited shipping. That easy. That easy. We've got these, and I've also got, let's see, I'm doing some more sorting over here. We got more $6.99. Those are all going to be $6.99. I'll do that for $6.99. And that's another $9.99er. All those for $6. That's a 9, a 9, 6, and 6. Okay. And then let's get into this pile. This is getting into some great stuff here. That, and that. Okay. So here we go. And I'm going to do this. And then we're going to last stack of $9.99 from this tub before I do all the $6.99. And then we'll probably finish up whatever else was left in there, okay? First thing we have is the Aretha Greatest Hits. That's sold to Michael McVeigh. The two Twisted Sisters that's left are Love is for Suckers and Still Hungry. And Mary Miles wants both Neil Young albums. All right, so that's sold. And this is a pretty good bundle. This would make excellent flip crate material, okay? Excellent flip crate material for the discount bins I do. So I don't know if I want to bundle them too cheap, but I always offer it, okay? So here's what I have. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great titles in here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 records left in there. And here's the price on everything that's left. The price on everything that's left is $115. That would be less than $6.50 a piece. Less than $6.50 a piece on those. Think about it. $115. Great titles. There's 18 records left. Here are some more $9.99 CDs. The Rocky Horror Show. The Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. Wow. The Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet. The Rolling Stones, Rewind. The Rolling Stones, Metamorphosis. The Best of Simon and Garfunkel. Paul Simon's concert in Central Park. You remember? Remember Jerry? He had to go pick up the tickets from Cousin Jeffrey. Paul Simon's concert in the park. Scorpion, Sting in the Tail. And then here's some more Todd Snider's. Live, The Storyteller. First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder. And The Excitement Plan. Whoever bought the other Todd Snider's, there's 3 more. All right, and first on here is Just Listen to David Bowie. The Next Day I Got It, Coletco, incredible album. Thank you, Patrick Francis. Thanks again, Jimmy Page. Thank you for calling me Jimmy Page. Just like Jimmy Page. That's in a Paul McCartney song. Rock Show, just like Jimmy Page, something like that. And then we got Rocky Horror, sold to Michael Reed. Cynthia was next. Cynthia, you got dibs on the Rolling Stones. There was a total of 4. And if you don't want beggars, then Robert does. J.D. Conklin got the Scorpions. And that left The Best of Simon and Garfunkel, 20 tracks remastered. Paul Simon's Concert in the Park. Todd Snider, and Todd Snider. I have began this loop, this deep hole of collecting bizarre autographed Seinfeld stuff. My first purchase my first purchase has been a box of Drake's Coffee Cake signed by Wayne Knight, a.k.a. Newman. And there is a lot of bizarre Seinfeld-related stuff that cast members have signed. Like, I've seen some stuff signed by Jerry. Of course, if you get Kramer or Jerry to sign something, it's like really expensive. If you get Michael Richards, a.k.a. Kramer, to sign something bizarre, and, you know, it's like a couple $1,000s. So, I've went down this crazy rabbit hole of looking for really cool signed miscellaneous Seinfeld stuff. Okay, so Robert, you get Beggars. Tag that for Robert Warner, and give these three here. Give these three here to Cynthia Herdron. Okay, so let's do some $6.99 CDs now. Angela, you were actually second on the Scorpions. Anybody on this bundle? If not, I'm going to condense it with the other half-off records, and I'm going to flip over my crate so we can really have a better desk to put CDs on. I've only vetoed one CD tonight. I'm doing pretty good so far. I've only done one veto. I had one veto last night. We're not talking about Clorione either. All right. $6.99 CDs. Let's finish the top layer of this box, and then we're gonna do we're gonna get into some of these other tubs. Okay, everybody still with me? Frank Sinatra, Come Swing With Me. Classic Sinatra, his greatest performances. Wee Small Hours, Frank Sinatra. Sinatra, The Good Years. Reflections, Carly Simon's Greatest Hits. Carly Simon's Greatest Hits Live. Schoolhouse Rocks. Schoolhouse Rock rocks. Seal. Sha Na Na, The Best Of. She's Having a Baby soundtrack. Michelle Shocked, Short, Sharp, and Shocked. Simon and Garfunkel, The Concert in Central Park. Carly Simon, No Secrets. And a random disc of Carly Simon Greatest Hits Live, which we already had. Those officially began $6.99. Those officially began $6.99. Just saying. It's going to be like that for a while, but not the whole show. First thing is Greg Herman on Schoolhouse Rocks. That's so to Greg Herman. Schoolhouse Rocks, $6.99. Amanda Darby, you were second. Chris Frazier, your dibs on Carly Simon can be several. No Secrets, Greatest Hits Live, and Greatest Hits. And that leaves 4 different Sinatras. Seal, Sha Na Na, She's Having a Baby soundtrack. Love and Rockets is on here. Gene Loves Jezebel, XTC, Brian Ferry, Kate Bush, just to give you an idea. James Hicks wants Sha Na Na. And we have, he wants Carly Simon, No Secrets. All right. Those are still available. Let's put those right there. Cynthia wants Seal. All right. Did you have any more 7 Mary 3? I have a note to order you one. If that's still true, let me know. I don't know if I can get them, but evidently they flipped through the crates before invoices were sent, and it was not located. So evidently I have a note to order you one. But I didn't order it because I know sometimes you don't like waiting list, but if you do want one, let me know. All right, let's do another handful here. Hope everybody's ready. McDonald's. Who's ready for a double cheeseburger, fries, Diet Coke, apple pie? We have Bruce Springsteen. This is live in New York City. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park. Bruce Springsteen, The Wild, the Innocent, the E Street Shuffle. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Bruce Springsteen, The River. Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska. Bruce Springsteen, Born in USA. Rick Springfield, Living in Oz. Rick Springfield, Success Hasn't Spoiled Me Yet. Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. Rick Springfield, Towel. Rick Springfield, Alive, the Greatest Hits. Rick Springfield, Venus in Overdrive. Donna Summer on the Radio. Well, that was easy. Susie just went ahead and said Bruce All for the first comment. That made that very easy. Bruce Springsteen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're gone. Also to Susie. Those are done. Now I definitely have a full tower over here. And a bunch of Rick Springfields. A bunch of Rick Springfields. She was not only first, but she said she wants them all. She said, give me that man. Give me Bruce. Give me Bruce. Give me Springsteen. I tried to sing that like Metallica's Fire. Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me Bruce. Give me fire. That's what Susie just said. I'm stepping all over Otis's bed. Let me move this. Otis, I got to move your bed, buddy. I don't want to step on it anymore. No, he's not here, but his bed is. All right. Next thing we have. Patrick Francis wants Springfield, Living in Oz. Right here. So to Patrick, $6.99. Here we go. Back to CDs. These are all $6.99. James Taylor's Greatest Hits 2. James Taylor's Greatest Hits 1. Live Collection, Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. Bruce Springsteen, Blood Brothers. Bruce Springsteen, Human Touch. Bruce Springsteen, Lucky Town. Bruce Springsteen, MTV Plugged. Bruce Springsteen, The Ghost of Tom Joad. Bruce Springsteen, 18 tracks. Aaron Tippin, You've Got to Stand for Something. Aaron Tippin, You've Got to Stand for Something. Patrick Francis's Overdrive. Was that a claim? Or, yeah, Venus in Overdrive. That's so to Patrick Francis. If they're not in stock, I'll pass. All right. DJ. Donna's still watching. Donna, I was worried you'd fell asleep. Donna wants James Taylor. Let me know if you want Greatest Hits Volumes 1 or 2. Susie got Aaron Tippin. That's without a doubt. And Susie, just so you know, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more Bruce Springsteens I'm waiting for you to buy. How could you say no, Susie? How could you say no? Tao, Rick Springfield. That is sold to Patrick Francis. He's picking up another one. Maybe Donna get both of those. I was worried Donna had fell asleep. Where's everybody else? Is anybody out there willing to say hi, Chad, just to let me know that you're still watching, even though you might be quiet right now? I love to see who at least is paying attention. I love to see who's at least watching. All you got to do is say, hi, Chad, I'm still here, okay? James Taylor, those are sold. And Susie said if she buys the rest, she'll get 5 for them. Sold. These are sold to Susie. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sell those to her for 40 since she bought all the other ones. Those are sold to Susie. Done. Okay? Sold. I love the Hi Chad, Cynthia, Michael Reed, Michael McVeigh, Deckelman, James Hicks. We got Chappie, Amanda. We got Clay. We got Angela. We got Bert. We got Vicky. We got JD. We got Brian. We got Susie, of course. We got Jerry Rock. It's 12:22. I'm going to be here about another hour doing this. I think the feed don't expire till like 1:40, but, I mean, we can go till then, too. Chad's kind of hungry. I started talking about cheeseburgers. I started talking about, cookout. Chicken quesadillas at Taco Bell. I can't make it to Taco Bell if I go to 1:30. I think they close at 2. Whataburger. I eat that when I'm ready to go to bed. I can't eat Whataburger and then get back to work. I can go home and eat it and then try to come back in the morning, but that would be a bad idea. We also got Juanita. We got Chris. We got Robert. We got Michael Butler and Mary and Darren and Chuck and Corey and Patrick and Kenny and Arnold. We got them. We got them. All right. Now, so what I'm going to do at this moment, at this very moment, I'm going to finish this stack, this tub we was working on yesterday, $6.99. That's where a lot of randomness came in. And with that, then I'm going to go back to the $9.99 stuff. So let me get all this cleared off. And these were $6.99. I'm going to put the $6.99ers back here. All right, now let me straighten all these up. I do that for a reason, so I can keep the stacks separate. Okay. Boy, I wish Zaxby's was open. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm hungry. I didn't eat before the sale because I got here so dang late. What did I eat? Did I eat anything? I don't think I did. I had a sandwich. So that's gone. I mean, that's evaporated. That expired. My body absorbed that back at like 7 o'clock. So, yeah. And I'm not too prepared, so I'm going to have to make a bad decision and go get something bad tonight. All right, let's finish this crate here. It's got a little bit of everything. Here we go, $6.99. Arby's, golly. McDonald's. Oh, stop. No. Yeah, this sale's definitely going to be abbreviated. All right, here we go. These are $6.99. Random stuff here. ARC, I think, or ABK, Dirty History. It's sealed. I don't know a lot about that. Paul Heaton, the Cross-Eyed Rambler. Paul Heaton, the Cross-Eyed Rambler. Danielle Dax, Dark Adapted Eye, Danielle Dax. MC Hammer, V, Inside Out, Gold Stamp Promo. Paul Heaton presents The Eighth. Linda Husick, Bozo, B-O-Z-O, Bozo. High on Fire, The Art of Self-Defense. Wow, High on Fire. Stoner Rock. Linda Husick, Fly Stereophonic. Robin Hitchcock and the Egyptians, Perspix Island. Indigo Girl, self-titled. Where's Leslie Holt at? Able Tasmanians, Store in a Cool Place. And I'm going to pause right here with A House on Our Big Fat Merry-Go-Round. Okay? So these are all $6.99. Michael Reed first on ABK for $6.99. Jerry Rock put LA and then he said, oops, never mind. Donna on MC for MC Hammer. Next is David Hoy on Paul Heaton. Was there two? There was two. And then Michael Reed on High on Fire. Kenny Stanley was next. Cynthia got Indigo Girls. Then Mary Miles. Shakedown next on ABK. David Hoy got both Paul Heatons. All right, so that left Danielle Dex, Linda Husick, Robin Hitchcock, Abel Tasmans, not Tasmanians, Abel Tasmans, and then A House on Our Big Fat Merry-Go-Round. All right, and this next stack has Paul Heaton again, Fat Chance. Paul Heaton, Fat Chance. Mary Cuccifello, When the Night is Through. Katie Curtis, A Crash Course in Roses. Cursive, The Ugly Organ. Curio, self-titled. Julia Darling, and Abel Tasman's Somebody Ate My Planet. Okay? ABX on Psychopath Records. That is on Psychopath Records, yes. Yes, 2004, sealed. All right. David Hoy got another Paul Heaton. And that stack left Mary Cuccifello, Katie Curtis, Cursive, Curio, Julie Darling, and Abel Tasmans. And I think there's one more handful in, quote, this tub. And then I'm going to finish up this box from that store. Remember when we've really, well, not too long ago, but we were really going through a lot of store stuff. I still got a box over here from that collection. Interesting one here. Oasis, Let There Be Love. That looks like some kind of single. That looks pretty early. I may be wrong, but there's Oasis. House of Love, Audience with a Mind. James, The Best Of. James, Hey Ma. I'm From Barcelona, Who Killed Harry Houdini. Click Click Domino, Ida May. In Spiral Carpets, Life. Indigo Girl, Shaming of the Sun. And Dog's Eye View, Happy Nowhere. Those are all $6.99. First is Cynthia Herdren on Oasis. Next is David Hoy on House. Jim B first on James. You got dibs on 2. Jennifer next. Cynthia got Indigo Girls. And Mary Miles, IF. She meant Indigo Girls. Already sold to Cynthia. So that stack left I'm From Barcelona, Who Killed Harry Houdini. Click Click Domino by Ida May. In Spiral Carpets, Life. And Dog's Eye View, Happy Nowhere. And then there's the 2 James CDs for Jim B. He's currently calculating his profits. Currently calculating his profits. These are more $6.99 CDs. Little Richard and Roy Orbison, Rock Legends. Hold Me in Your Arms, Rick Astley. Rick Astley. Carrie Judd, Perfect Uncertain. Carrie Judd, Looking Back from Space. Joshua Caddison, Painted Desert Serenade. The Best of Kansas. Stephen Kellogg and the Sixers, Glassjaw Boxer. Alicia Keys, Songs in A Minor. The Diary of Alicia Keys. And Tapestry Revisited, a tribute to Carole King. Jim B wants The Best of James. Okay, so Jennifer Corbin, James Hey Ma is still available if you want that Jennifer Corbin. And Greg Herman wants Click Click Domino. That is sold to Greg Herman. Click Click Domino. Leslie Holt, you got dibs on Alicia Keys. Let me know if you want Songs in A Minor or The Diary of Alicia Keys. Those are pending to Leslie. Susie Breedlove on The Best of Kansas. That is sold to Susie Breedlove. And Hattie EMJ. Not tonight, but we've had some. Juanita next on Kansas. Jennifer Corbin does want the other James CD. Leslie got both Alicia Keys. And that leaves Little Richard and Roy Orbison, Rock Legends. Rick Astley, Carrie Judd, Joshua Caddison, Stephen Kellogg, and Carole King Tapestry Revisited, sold to Patrick Francis. This is stuff that came out of that store inventory we bought out. Let's do one more handful out of that. Those are pretty good. We get a wide variety when you're pulling out of here. And let me do this, and then I'm going to get back to what I've been calling the premium tub. But before we do to premium tub, these are pretty good here. Let's do these for $6.99. And we have Tara Kemp, which appears to be self-titled. We got Julia Fordham, which appears to be self-titled. Julia Fordham Swept. Julia Fordham Porcelain. Fly Leaf. Some kind of song from Guitar Hero Rock Band. John Fogerty Premonition. David Ford. I sincerely apologize for all the trouble I've caused. Inara George, All Rise. That looks like Genesis. We Can't Dance. Genesis. This looks like Marvin Gaye. 15 Greatest Hits. This is Future of Forestry. How about Frente? White Frente Lonely. I don't know what's what. The Fray Reason. How to Save a Life. That's the Fray. $6.99 Reason EP. These are all $6.99, by the way. Every CD I'm showing right here in this stack. First is Cynthia Herdren on JF. JF, and that was Julia Fordham. Cynthia, you got dibs on both. And then next is Scott Oman on Frey. And I'm assuming that's the F-R-A-Y, right, Scott? That's so due for $6.99. Cynthia second. Jennifer Corbin on Frente. And Flyleaf is a Christian band from Dallas, excellent vocalist. This appears to be some kind of single promo. Looks like privately produced. Breathe Today in Fully Alive acoustic. It is a promo, and it looks like they were, yeah, it looks like some kind of promotional. Cynthia got both Julia Fordhams. Okay, thank you on that. All right, so let's jump over here. I'm going to start grabbing some stuff out of this other tub. And I think you're going to like these. We're going to go back to some of these $9.99 CDs, okay? And let me pick a handful out here. I mean, this is going to get probably pretty crazy because I'm seeing some here that are insane for $9.99. Looks like we're in some P's, some O's, and some R's, okay? And this little first handful here is stupid crazy. Some of the ones I'm about to show you. And these are $9.99, and hope everybody's ready. Okay, here they are. They're all $9.99. $9.99. $9.99. Arby's just bought buffalo wings. Where are you at? We're in Arby's. I guess if you're out on the West Coast. Whew, I'm getting lightheaded. I'm hungry. I'm really, really hungry. Chad, you know if the mod with Kip Winger is available on LP? I can look it up. I've never seen that before. Are y'all ready? Whew, here we go. Prince, Purple Rain, a deluxe edition. Prince, Purple Rain, standard edition. Prince, 1999. Prince, self-titled. Elvis, 30 #1 hits. These are $9.99. Presidents of the United States of America. The Police, Landos D or more. Are you ready? Pink Floyd, The Wall. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. Pink Floyd, Animals. The Phantom of the Opera, 2 CD. The Very Best of Wilson Pickett. Tom Petty, Echo. Tom Petty, Wildflowers. Tom Petty, She's the One. Wow. That's a stack of CDs right there. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this stack. It's nearly full. Let me go ahead and take this stack to the back. That way this new stack will be definitely, we know the price break. We're in a new pile here. It's almost full anyway. I better be careful with it. This is sold. All right. Okay, first thing we have here. The first claim was Donna Turner on Prince, Purple Rain, and she got the deluxe edition. Okay, she was first, and I think that's the only one she wanted. And then Michael Reed, you're next. So you can have another Purple Rain. You can have 1999. You can have self-titled. That was the lineup. Michael Reed has next dibs. Greg Herman second. Cynthia Herdron third. Christopher Broughton fourth. Darren Crispin put POTUS. That's for Presidents of the United States of America. Susie Breedlove put O. And then we got Shakedown next on Presidents. Christopher Broughton put Self. Michael Reed put Dark. Shakedown put Pink. Okay, so if I'm correct, I bet Susie's O was supposed to be a P for Prince. So that would have made Susie down the line for Prince. Shakedown was next on Presidents. Christopher, if you're talking about Prince self-titled, you're way down the line. And then Michael Reed put Dark. And the only thing dark in here was Dark Side of the Moon. So that is sold to Michael Reed. Jim B was down the line on Prince. Shakedown now has dibs on all Pink Floyds, which was there's 4 left, 3 different ones. Okay. Then Greg Herman on Pink Floyd, then Cynthia. Jim B next on POTUS. Pink Floyd also next to Juanita, Christopher Broughton, just so you know, your feed is very far behind because your claims for Prince are still showing up. And then Jim B next on Pink Floyd, then Michael Ruttman, then Antonio, then Chris Frazier. Patty on Phantom of the Opera. That's so to Patty. Shakedown wants just Pink Floyd, The Wall. And then Michael Reed says he'll take the other Purple Rain. Okay. Next comment was Tom Petty, She's the One. That is so to Angela Lewis. Darren Chrisman says, give POTUS the Shakedown instead. And we're good to go. So the next person on Prince is Greg Herman. And Greg, you got dibs on this and this. 99 and self-titled. That means the next person on Pink Floyd is also Greg Herman. And Greg, you got the dibs on the rest of the Pink Floyds. You got a soft pack for the final cut or the jewel case, and then Animals. So Greg, you got some decisions to make. Dibs on Prince and that. Then I'll figure out who's next later. Now, he passes on Prince. So the next person in line on Prince is Christopher Broughton on self-titled. So Christopher Broughton, you do get self-titled. The next person on Prince is Jim B. Jim B, you're next on 1999. Soder past Jim B. Back down to the bottom. Back down to the bottom. Back down to the bottom. He wants the 2 Pink Floyds with cases. Okay, actually, Animals is in a soft pack too. Animals is in a soft pack too. So I know for sure he wants final cut. And then let me know if you do want Animals. All right. Yeah, I've got a lot of figuring out to do. I'm having to go up and then back down. Okay, so the next person on Prince. The next person on Prince was nobody. 1999 is available unless Susie wants it. Unless Susie wants it. Okay? And the lag is the same for everybody. What is happening is there's so many people trying to get these all at the same time. Okay, so that's why it appears that it's worse than normal. Greg Herman also got Animals. So unless Susie takes this, nobody else wants 1999. She said she'll take it. So that's gone. Okay? And then the next person on Pink Floyd then, the next person on Pink Floyd is Cynthia Herdron and then Juanita. And that leaves the final cut. Not Now John, Two Suns in the Sunset. Some great songs on here. I like Not Now John, Two Suns in the Sunset. So that is either Cynthia's or Juanita. Now, here is what's left. Tom Petty Wildflowers. Tom Petty Echoes. The Very Best of Wilson Pickett. Outlandos D or More. The Police. Roxanne. I Can't Stand Losing You. And Elvis, 30 number 1 hits. This CD is the first time I remember hearing Elvis. My mom had this, and she'd play it a lot in her car. That's the first time I remember really listening and hearing Elvis. Yeah, a little less, that has that bonus track, a little less conversation. Cynthia does get Pink Floyd. Cynthia does get Pink Floyd. Cynthia also gets Wildflowers. Susie wants both. One's already been sold. Excuse me, that was Elvis. Cynthia got Wildflowers. Susie, I'll give you the other Tom Petty. Leslie got Elvis. And this particular batch here was all $9.99. Yes. This particular batch here was all $9.99. Very much so. And the only 2 that's left is Wilson and Police. Wow, that was an epic stack. Holy moly. That was wild. Okay, so let me go get another handful out of there if I dare, right? Whew. If I dare. If I dare. And I'm daring myself. Let's do it. If I dare. Goodness. Holy moly. This is like the entire discography of this guy. Let me just go ahead and show them. Maybe somebody will buy them all. Maybe I'll get lucky and somebody says, Chad, I'll just take them all. Holy moly. I didn't know we had this person. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a fun stack, too. This is a brain test. Man, I'll never have to worry about my brain being fresh. This keeps my brain fresh. That's why at the end of these sales, I'm exhausted. Tanner knows what Paul can tell you about it, okay? Paul, you know, and when he'll be like, man, those things are brain drains. I'm like, yeah, try doing it for 8 hours doing a CD blitz. Here we go. It's going to start off crazy. Pink Floyd Division Bell soft pack. Pink Floyd Momentary Lapse of Reason soft pack. Uh-oh. This looks wild. Poisoned. Target Ultimate Tour Edition. Poison. The Best of the OJs. Love Train. Best of the OJs. This is a Japanese CD. The Power Station. Living in Fear. Japanese. The jewel case is cracked. These are still $9.99. Oh boy. The Police Synchronicity soft pack. The Police Regatta de Blanc soft pack. Great albums there. And then, let me take the stuff off the bottom. Stephen Pearcy, he's from Rat, of course. Stephen Pearcy, Before and Laughter. The Best of Pantera. And Robert Palmer, The Very Best of the Island Years, which is his classic stuff. That was good. Okay? Now, I'm going to start a second pack, all one person. Tom Petty, Into the Great Wide Open. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Tom Petty, Live, Pack at the Plantation. Tom Petty, Southern Accents. Tom Petty, Long After Dark. Tom Petty, Hard Promises. Tom Petty, Self-Titled. Tom Petty, Damn the Torpedoes. And Tom Petty, You're Gonna Get It. Now, let's figure out who got all these. These are all $9.99. The very first person on Pink Floyd was Michael Butler. Michael, you got dibs on Division Bell or Momentary Lapse of Reason. Then Darren Crispin. Then Shakedown. Then Greg Herman. Then Cynthia Herdron. Then Michael Ruttman. Scott Oman first on Poison. Scott Oman first on Poison. Then Burt Jordan on Pink Floyd. Then Susie on Pink Floyd. Donna Turner got the OJs. Donna Turner, you got the OJs. Then Michael Butler. Juanita next on Pink Floyd. Antonio next on Pink Floyd. Patty next on Poison. Susie put OK. Michael next on Poison. And then Michael Reed on Police. Michael Reed, your dibs on Synchronicity or Regatta de Blanc. Chris Frazier next on Poison. Susie was trying to get the OJ, so you were third. Christopher next on the Police. And then Michael Reed was first. He wants Synchronicity. We'll go ahead and tag that right now. That means next on Police is Chris Frazier if he wants Regatta de Blanc. Patrick Francis first on Power Station. Michael Butler, you got dibs on the entire Tom Petty collection. Michael Butler, dibs on entire Tom Petty collection. Cynthia got Robert Palmer. Antonio Villanueva on Pantera. Chris Frazier next on Pantera. Cynthia next on Tom Petty. Susie next on Tom Petty. Angela first on Stephen Pearcy. Michael Butler got both Pink Floyds. And he just did a great justice. He's taken all of the Tom Petty collection. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Thank you. So first, the only thing left there is up to Chris Frazier, and that's on the Police. That's his if he wants it. That's Regatta de Blanc. That one has Message in a Bottle on it. Yeah. Walking on the Moon. No Police for him. Goes to the next person. Christopher Broughton. You've got that if you want it. Sold or pass. And don't forget, we still got that Londos over here. All right. What a stack. Michael saved us about 20 minutes, too. Golly, some of these artists that's coming up. We got, like, their discographies over here. And it's wild. Let me get in this little corner. This little corner over here, I'll do those for $6.99, $6.99. Uh-oh, what just fell out? Okay, we'll do those for 6, 6, 6, 9. These are definitely 9, 6, 9, 9, 9. Oh my gosh, 9. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yep. Okay, and then, oh wow. Okay, let's do these 4 together. Okay, here's a great stack. These are still $9.99. I'm sorting because some of them are going to be 6, but these are the ones deemed worthy of 9. Christopher got both police. Okay, so those are also sold for $9.99 each. So that just leaves us that. Okay, here we go. New stack. And I think this has got quite a variety in letters for the most part. So yeah, we should be able to keep these separate. Now that's what I call the 80s, the 12-inch single collection. We're still in $9.99. This is a 4-disc set, a compilation, 12, 11, 11, and 13 tracks. A deluxe edition of Stevie Nicks' Belladonna. A deluxe edition, Stevie Nicks' Belladonna. Robert Plant, Lullaby and the Ceaseless Roar. Robert Plant. The Plimsolls, Everywhere at Once. Poison's Greatest Hits. There's about to be a bunch of O's and Z's. Ozzy, Ultimate Sin, remastered. Ozzy, Ultimate Sin, remastered. UFO, Strangers in the Night. Van Halen, 5150. U2, War. Ultravox, Return to Eden. Prince, The Gold Experience. Prince, Sign of the Times. Prince and the Revolution Parade. Around the World in a Day, Prince. That's going to be a clean out. It's just a matter of figuring out who gets what in this stack. Okay, I'm going to have to stretch for this one. Here we go. The first thing at the top. Get my phone even closer to me. Donna on Now That's What I Call the 80s. Scott Oman second. Cynthia Herdron third. Robert Warner fourth. Cynthia first on Stevie Nicks, though. Antonio next on Now. Bert next on Stevie Nicks. Susie first on Robert Plant, her crush, her boyfriend. Jim B next on Now. Angela next on Now. Patrick Francis next on Stevie. Darren Chrisman first on Ozzy. Darren Chrisman first on Ozzy. Scott Oman second. Michael Ruttman first on Poison. Cynthia Herdron next on Ozzy. Chad next on Stevie Nicks. Michael, you did get Poison. Susie next on Ozzy. Clay next on Ozzy. Cynthia Herdron first on UFO. Bert. Antonio next on Ozzy. Bert next on Ozzy. Donna on Prince, PR. Donna, you got dibs on all 4. Chad next on Ozzy. Scott Oman first on Van Halen. Cynthia first on Ultravox. Chris next on Ozzy. Corey Ross next on Van Halen. Christopher next on Prince. Chad next on Ozzy. That just left U2 and the Plimsolls. And Donna's going to let us know if she wants Around the World, Prince and the Revolution Parade, music from the motion picture Under the Cherry Moon, Sign of the Times, and The Gold Experience. And I'm going to go ahead and take this stack of sold CDs into the room. That was a wild rush there. That was a wild rush. Let me take these in here to the sold room. The sold room. The sold room. That's stack number 4. And we still got a long way to go if you want to rock and roll. Dun 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 dun. It's a long way. All 4 sold. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. U2 sold. And Plimsolls. That's all that's left. Includes a bonus track. Are y'all ready for this? Run dun 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 dun. Hey, just FYI, there's a lot of killer stuff coming up. We're about to do a big chunk of this artist. I'm going to show them all together. It's going to be pretty crazy. Same thing for this artist. I mean, I could easily have this on Metal Night, just FYI. Oh my gosh. Wow. There's too many R's. But that's okay. I think this whole stack here is going to be just like 3 artists. So it could be, honestly, quite confusing. Or it could be... what is this little stack here? I don't know. Okay, let me just go ahead and do these. The Best of the Rolling Stones, Jump Back, 71 to 83. Exile on Main Street. Voodoo Lounge. Steel Wheels. Some Girls Deluxe Edition. Here is where I said, wow. Rat and Roll, Greatest Hits, 81-91. Rat, Undercover. Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. Queen and Paul Rogers, The Cosmos Effect. Queen, Live Magic. Queen, On Air, a BBC double pack. Queen, Live at Wembley, one of the greatest shows ever. Queen, Rock Montreal. Queen, Live Killers. And I vetoed a couple. You might get to see them. Okay. So, yeah, that was really just 3 artists, right? Rolling Stones, Rat, and Some Girls. The first thing was Greg Herman. You've got dibs on Jump Back, Exile, Voodoo, Steel Wheels, Some Girls. Next is Cynthia, then Robert. Susie, you got dib on Rat. Rat, and Rat. Susie's got dibs on those. Then Patty. Cynthia, you got dibs on Queen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Cosmos Rocks, Live Magic, On Air, Live at Wembley, Rock Montreal, and Live Killers. Okay, so everything's pending. Jim B next on the Rolling Stones, Michael Ruttman next on Rat, Antonio next on Rat, Chris next on Some Girls, Christopher next on Queen, Christopher next on Queen, Angela next on Rat, Chad next on Rat, Jim B next on Queen. We have Susie wants all Rats, sold to Susie. This is all Queens, sold to Cynthia. And let me make sure I hadn't missed a comment from Greg on the Rolling Stones. He wants all except Jump Back. Okay, those are all sold. So let me just basically say this is a great compilation. And Cynthia, if you want it, it's yours. If Cynthia passes, the next person is nobody, technically. So that's pending to Cynthia. She wants it. Okay. Let me see how much progress I have made over here in this box. Also, let me see what the tub underneath this one looks like. Oh my God. That was an exaggeration. I wish I could take I need to take a picture of this and just show y'all the top of the next tub. Because we're not even halfway through this one, and then here is to show y'all what's coming up tonight and tomorrow night. Okay, just to give you an idea of what's coming up tonight and tomorrow night. Let me. I took it upside down, so let me lock my screen. Here we go. Well, yeah, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. That's all Journey. That's all Kiss. That's all Kiss. That's all Judas Priest. That's all Kiss. These are other great artists, including Megadeth, all Motley Crue's, all Metallica's right in there. That's crazy. The pictures for tomorrow. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. The pictures for tomorrow. Laura did send me some pictures. So here's the hot picture for tomorrow that will be posted. Alice in Chains, The Scream, Queensryche, Venom, Dokken, Ugly Kid Joe, Bad English, Striper, Wasp, Poison, Badlands, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Tora Tora, Kicks, Britney Fox, Slayer, Suicidal Tendencies, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Dio, Judas Priest, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Extreme, Contraband, Vinnie Vincent, Armored Saint, Typo Negative, Junkyard, Lord Tracy, Dangerous Toys, Megadeth, Halloween, Destruction, Warrant, Laz Rocket, Marilyn Manson, Trouble, Wasp, Dream Theater, and Rat. Those are all OGs and unofficials. Cynthia got the Rolling Stones. Let's get to a new stack. Let's do a few more out of the tub, and then let's try to get to this box that had a wide variety of stuff over here, okay, for $6.99. And plus, we're going to show some stuff out of here, $6.99 too. But let me sort through some of these right quick, okay? This is like really cool. This, maybe somebody buy all these. And then, oh man, that's pretty crazy, seeing all these. Somebody's going to get lucky on those. I don't know who this band is, so let's... Oh, I can read it now. I couldn't read it, but yeah. This is going to be a little bit of a crazy stack here. Let me split these O's up. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty confusing, but here we go. Let's go ahead and knock out this stack. More $9.99 over here. So, hope everybody's ready. Here we go. Robert Palmer at the BBC. Robert Palmer live at the Apollo, sold out. And then we got a ton of Robert Palmer double packs. Robert Palmer Riding High and Honey. Robert Palmer Heavy, Nova, and Don't Explain. Robert Palmer Pride and Riptide. Robert Palmer Secrets, Clues, and Maybe It's Live. 3 CDs on 2 CDs. 3 albums on 2 CDs. Some People Can Do What They Like and Double Fun. Sneaking Sally Through the Alley and Pressure Drop. And here's where it's going to get crazy. Ozzy, Randy Rhoads Tribute. Ozzy, Bark at the Moon. Ozzy, Speak of the Devil. Diary of a Madman, Deluxe Edition. Deluxe Edition. And Blizzard of Oz. Crazy. That's how it goes. Millions of people live in this world. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Wow. Here we go. So, nobody claimed Robert Palmer. Poor Robert. So, a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. 14 Robert Palmer CDs there. That's got to be most of his discography. The first Ozzy is Michael Reed. He got Bark at the Moon. And then Scott Oman, you got dibs on the rest. Blizzard, Diary, Speak, and Tribute. Scott Oman has dibs on the rest. Then Susie. Can he auction the Earache, Carcass, and 2 Morbid Angel cassette? Black box says tomorrow. If I can find them. Cynthia third on Ozzy. Michael fourth. Clay fifth. Angela sixth. Chris Frazier next. And Chad next. Dibs go to Scott Oman. And then he wants tribute and the deluxe. Okay? That means the next person on Ozzy is Susie. And Susie, that gives you Blizzard and Speak of the Devil, if you want those. Maybe. It's not too late. All right, here's some more. Orange Goblin, Orange Goblin, Orange Goblin, and the original 7, Consendate. Why am I saying that funny? The band formerly known as the Consendate, the Condensate. So there's Orange Goblins. Susie gets the other 2 Ozzies. And I'm going to put all the Robert Palmers. Where? Don't come around here no more. We're going to put them right here. It's a lot of Robert Palmer, folks. And then Michael Reed first on Orange Goblin. Darren Crispin second. Those are called A Eulogy for the Damned, Healing Through Fire, and A Eulogy for the Fans. Sorry, I didn't even read titles. But yeah, those are the 3, and then Darren's got next dibs. All right, let me take one more peek at the tub over here. Let me put the lid back on the one with all the Metallica, Kiss, and Megadeth. We don't want any of that right now. Okay, so these are all $6.99. That's going to be $6.99. $6.99. Definitely 9. 9. I'll make that 6. 6. 6. I don't know who this is. Who is this? I think it's something, well, I'm not going to say. All right, that's definitely 6. 6. I'll do those for 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 6. Okay, so that means we need some more 9s. And that's going to be 6. That's going to be 9. What else do I have here? 6, 6, 9, 9, 9. All right, and then I got a bunch here that are definitely 9. 1, 2, 3. All here. All right. We're going to have 2 more, probably $9.99 stacks, and then $6.99 to finish out what the leftovers and then this other box we were working on, just to give y'all an idea of where we're at, okay? So Orange Goblin, he wants Eulogy for the Damned. That means Darren Crispin, you can have Healing Through Fire or the Eulogy for the Fans, and the original 7 is still available, okay? So your dibs on those. Y'all going to like these last couple stacks. They're basically been hand-selected. Here we go. Everybody paying attention? Darren wants Healing Through Fire. There's 1 Orange Goblin left if anybody else wants it. We're still in the $9.99 CDs. Here we go. Quiet Riot, Metal Health. Quiet Riot live at the U.S. Festival, 1983. This is what I couldn't figure out, but I think it has something to do by Prince and Third Eye Girl. I don't really know. I'm kind of confused on that, but whatever that is. The Essential Lou Reed, a 2-disc. The Essential Lou Reed. We got 3 from REM here. Fables of, Dead Letter Office, and Reckoning Deluxe Edition. Now, what's weird about this, it looks like the back art is missing or something, but it is a 2-disc. So 3 REMs. And then check this out. Ramones, Rocket to Russia. Ramones, Too Tough to Die. Ramones, Leave Home. Ramones, Self-Titled. Ramones, Road to Ruin. And We're a Happy Family, Tribute to the Ramones. Those are all $9.99 each there. Very, very nice. Very clean, very nice stuff here. Okay, so the first thing we have is Michael Reed was first on Quiet Riot, Metal Health. Michael Butler got Lou Reed, Ultimate Collection. I had a feeling you'd get that, Michael. 2 discs, too. Antonio, you're next on Quiet Riot. Let me know if you want the live album. If so, it's so do you. Jim B on this, which I think was P for Prince. Susie, you got dibs on all 3 REMs. Chad next on Quiet Riot. Leslie next on REM. Michael Butler next on REM. And then Michael Reed, then Greg Herman. And then Susie's going to pass on all 3 REMs. So, Leslie, you've got dibs on all 3 REMs. And then Cynthia was first to... No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. RAM was Ramones. My bad. It's correction. Correction. Corrections. Correction. Correction. So, Michael Reed got Quiet Riot. Michael Butler got Lou Reed. Antonio's got next dibs on Quiet Riot. Susie passes on REM. Leslie has dibs. And then Michael Butler on Ram. Those are Ramones comments, not Ram. So Michael Butler, yeah, you do have dibs on Ramones. REM, Ram, not Rim, okay? And he wants all of them. So 2, 4, 6. Okay, those so to Michael Butler. All right, and then that means that Michael Reed was next, then Greg on Ramones, and then Cynthia Herdron. Antonio does want this Quiet Riot, and Leslie does take all 3 REMs. Fantastic. Let me go take this stack over here. Let me go take this stack over here into the sold room. Thanks, everybody, on that. And there, I think I can make one more good, great $9.99 stack. And then the next batch, I think, is worthy for a price reduction. I'm still waiting for the Beatles to come up. All right, let's see what I got left in here. I'll do that one for $6.99. That's $6.99. That's definitely 9. Definitely 9. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's pretty sweet. Let me check. I better check the booklet in this one then. Hey, y'all need to check the booklets in these too. I'll show y'all why. I'll show you what I've already vetoed tonight at the end of this stack and why y'all need to check all these booklets. Because I'm checking one here because the first 2 were all signed. It doesn't look like this one is, though. But y'all definitely need to check the booklets. I haven't checked the inside or the back side of any booklets. Just FYI. So, and I'll show you why you should be checking this. This guy, I know this guy. He was a customer of ours. And he thinned out a bunch of his collection. And that's why we have all this stuff. And let me show you why you need to check the booklets after I show you this next stack of $9.99. Okay, but first, here's the last stack of $9.99. Here we go. We've got Soldier of Love, Sade. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, the complete soundtrack from the movie. That's the real soundtrack there. Tim Curry. The Essential Boz Scaggs 2 CD. Say Anything soundtrack. Nancy Wilson, Living Color, Cheap Trick, Depeche Mode, Peter Gabriel, The Replacements, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Fishbone, Fahrenheit, and Joe Satriani. Saturday Night Fever. The Runaways. The Runaways. The Rolling Stones, Bigger Bang. The Rolling Stones, Bridges to Babylon. The Best of Saigon Kick. And Rush Gold, a 2 CD collection. 29 tracks. Wow. Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion unobtrusive. Bum bum. Bum bum ba-dum. Okay. Donna Turner first on Sade. Mary Miles second. Susie third. Corey got Rocky Horror. Robert was second. Cynthia third. Leslie fourth. Leslie Holt first on Say Anything. Cynthia Herdron first on Saturday Night Fever. Michael Reed on The Runaways. Cynthia next. Robert Warner first on the Stones. Angela Lewis first on Saigon Kick. Michael Butler first on Boz Scaggs. Cynthia next on the Stones. Susie first on Rush, then Antonio, then Chad Davis. Let me show y'all the reasons why you probably should be checking these booklets, okay? Here's the ones I could physically see that I vetoed tonight. Obviously, I didn't want to let these go for $9.99. We'll get them JSA authenticated. I'll auction them at a later date. The reason we're able to go through these so fast is because I don't check any of this stuff until we're doing it live. But I have found a Runaways signed by Jackie Fox. We got another one signed by Lita Ford and Jackie Fox. I found a Rat that appears to be fully signed. And I found a Rat signed by Stephen Piercy. That's a good one. So that's what I found so far tonight. And then that's just what I could see. And several people have been finding autographed gatefolds and centerfolds. Where's my other ones? Oh, my other ones I've already put away from yesterday. Michael Reed says, give the Runaways to Cynthia Herdren. So, Cynthia, you do get the Runaways, okay? So, I found 4 autographs so far. Well, I've let what? 2 or 3? I've let 2 or 3 go ahead and sell for $9.99. So, but make sure. And then here's one more. Actually, here's where we'll start $6.99. This is missing the artwork, but it's the Hot Licks, or excuse me, 40 Licks. Both discs are in there. Amazing Stones comp for $6.99. All right, now let's do some $6.99 out of that same tub. So they're really clean and really nice. It's just stuff that I didn't want to charge $9.99 for. So let's do these for $6.99, okay? So here comes some more. First is the Rolling Stones. No artwork, but 2 discs. $6.99. That's number 1, the Rolling Stones. Next thing we have is the best of Sam and Dave. Hold On, I'm Coming, I'm a Soul Man. Linda Ronstadt, the very best of. 21 tracks. How about the best of the Rat Pack? This, I didn't know who it was. J. Patrick Reed, About Time. Maybe, I'm not for sure, but I'm going to let that one signed go for $6.99. What about the Essential Jerry Reed? What about the Rat Pack Live at the Sands? The Righteous Brothers Millennium Edition. It's in a thin case. Millennium Edition. Lionel Richie Tuskegee. Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie and the Commodores Gold. Easy Like Sunday Morning. No artwork. Lionel Richie Coming Home. Lionel Richie Can't Slow Down. All Night Long. REO Speedwagon, The Hits. REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Pure Disco 2. Gloria Gaynor. ABBA. Van McCoy. Ohio Players. Barry White. Wild Cherry. Don. It goes on and on. That was a great stack for $6.99. All Night Long. Anybody else got Lionel Richie in your head now? Fredinta. Sadinta. Batanta. Batanta. I don't know what he's saying. It's, I think, something in Spanish. Okay, this is $6.99. Everything here. First is Vicky's going to take the Rolling Stones for $6.99. Thank you, Vicky. And then Donna's first on Disco. And then Susie. And then Scott O'Man wants REO Speedwagon Hits. Wow, nothing else in between there? Not even the classic album High Fidelity with Take It on the Run and Keep On Loving You. Not even Lionel Richie after I sang some bars of Can't Slow Down. Not even Lionel Richie Coming Home. Not even Lionel Richie's Gold. That's 2 CDs. You get also the Commodores. Look at all that stuff. Once, Twice, 3 Times a Lady. That's what Newman was singing when he ran over that sewing machine and caught his mail truck on fire. Lionel Richie Tuskegee. The Righteous Brothers Millennium. The Rat Pack Live at the Sands. Folks, that's Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. Are you alive out there? Jerry Reed is so to Chad Davis. J. Patrick Reed, About Time. The best of the Rat Pack, Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis. The very best of Linda Ronstadt. And folks, the quintessential soul of Sam and Dave. Does that have smooth, What's the song from the Blues Brothers? I know there's Soothe Me. Folks, it has Soothe Me on it. It has Soothe Me on it. It has Soothe Me on it. That's better than the other two I mentioned. Donna does want the Lionel, the one with the Commodores, with gold. Yes, the 2-disc. And Antonio was next. All right, next handful. I did my best salesman job on those I could. Antonio wants best of RP. Best of Rat Pack. Nice. Mary Miles finally on Sam and Dave. Thank you. Soothe Me. There's a scene in the Blues Brothers movie, and they're driving, and that song's playing just faintly in the background on the radio. And the first time I heard it, I was like, dang, what is that? Because I knew that, and I had to Google it, because it's not on the soundtrack, and I had to get on like Reddit or something. And I was like, of course, it's another Sam and Dave song. All right, here we go. How about Pure Disco Volume 1? Pure Disco Volume 1. Robert Randolph and the Family Band, Unclassified. Luck of the Draw, Bonnie Raitt. Eddie Rabbitt's #1 hits. Another one, Back to Front, Lionel Richie. Jukes Live at the Bottom Line. I think that's Southside Johnny. Billy Ocean's Greatest Hits. The Randy Newman Songbook. The Best of Randy Newman. Seabiscuit soundtrack, music by Randy Newman. Randy Newman's Faust. Randy Newman Bad Love. Randy Newman Land of Dreams. Randy Newman Trouble in Paradise. Randy Newman Little Criminals. Bump, 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 bump. Bump. That is the beat to West End Girls by Pet Shop Boys. Okay, first is Vicky on Disco, Volume 1. Mary Miles on BR. Bonnie Raitt. Antonio on PD. PD was for what? Randy Newman, You've Got a Friend in Me, as featured in Toy Story. You've Got a Friend in Me. Antonio, what was PD? Pure Disco. Oh, I bet it's Pure Disco. Yeah. Already claimed. Is that the end of that tub? Except for the box sets that are in here, which are like probably $100 plus, if I were to guess. There's like 5 of them. I've already let too many of those slip this week. Too many of those slip. Okay, how much time do we have left? Because I'm about to finish up this box. You've Got a Friend in Me. I need to do a little house cleaning first. Let me take this stack from this box we're about to finish and tub and scoot these right over here. Please don't fall. Whoa. I flirt with disaster every time I do stuff like this. 24 minutes. All right. Let's get started with this box. Now, y'all are about to see a wide variety of stuff, okay? Let's start right on the top. Let's knock out the top. Let's do it like I normally do. Let's start with the top layers. Here we go. Lily Allen. It's Not Me, It's You. That's also featured in Seinfeld. I came up with It's Not Me, It's You. Lily Allen. Alessi's Ark, the Horse EP. All About Eve. All About Eve. Vanessa Carlton, Be Not Nobody. Eddie Carey, Call Me Home. Eddie Carey, Come Close, the live photo album. Chuck Berry in concert. Tori Amos, The Beekeeper. What a nice package. 2 discs, it's like a book. Rockin' with Wanda, very tough to get on vinyl. Wanda Jackson. The Essential, Skeeter Davis. There's Little Richard, Rhythm and Blues. And this looks like the Cardigans. It is, Gran Turismo. $6.99. Bom, bom. Shakedown's made his way to Twitch. Your name's in red, too. Some of y'all's names come in color on Twitch. Shakedowns is in red. All right, let's keep going with these $6.99. So now we have Shakedown on Tori Amos, then Leslie, and then Michael Butler on WJ, and that's for Wanda Jackson. And then Jim B was next on Tori Amos. So that stack left Lily Allen, All About Eve, Vanessa Carlton, Eddie Carey, Come Close, the live photo album, Eddie Carey again, Chuck Berry, Skeeter Davis, Rhythm and Blues, and the Cardigans. That was pretty expensive. I had a copy of that on vinyl one time. We sold for a few $100s, a couple $100 maybe. The Cardigans. That's why when I see that, I'm always like, hey, it's the Cardigans. All right, here we go. More $6.99ers here. $6.99ers. Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience. Congratulations, I'm sorry, Gin Blossoms. Chris Perkia, Dryland. The Cars, Moving in Stereo, technically self-titled. Carrie Noble, a single from Nightwish, Eva. Nightwish single, Eva. Nightwish, Over the Hills and Far Away. Zeppelin? Nightwish, Imaranan Humanimaninaman. That's a single, and Nightwish, Amaroth. Angela Lewis wants an All About Eve. All right. All About Eve. That was in the last stack. Angela Lewis. All About Eve. Right here. That's sold to Angela Lewis for $6.99. Done. Chad is going to step up front and get a bottle of water. He is thirstier than the devil with cotton in his mouth. I'm thirstier than the devil with cotton in his mouth. Soothe me. Soothe me. Oh, I found another CD too over here. I knew I was missing one. That is pretty dang cool too. Look at that. Hopefully those are all real. A chance they're not. That's why I don't sell them till I know for sure on big stuff like that. Jerry Rock on Nightwish. Now you got a lot of options. You got a single, an album, a single. The Cardigans is called Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo. All right. I'm in the bottom of this box now, so here we go. $6.99. Amy Grant, House of Love. The Best of Arlo Guthrie. Guster, Keep It Together. Ben Harper, The Will to Live. Aaron Hall, Inside of You. Super Hits of Hall & Oates. Herbie Hancock, The New Standard, Yellow Jewel Case. Thea Gilmore, La Jacker. Thea Gilmore, Harpo's Ghost. Gin Blossom's New Miserable Experience. Original issue. I was about to say, that's got original artwork on it. That's the original issue. Somebody put a sticker. Gin Blossoms. Gomez, Split the Difference. And Gary and the Pacemakers, Golden Hits. Is Over the Hills a single. Nightwish, Over the Hills is a full album. It's a full album. Donna on AH. Donna, your AH. Was that for HH? Either way, you were first to Herbie. Donna got Herbie Hancock. Leslie got Guster. She says pass on Herbie Hancock. All right, so Leslie, you still get Guster. Clay Moore on Gin Blossoms. Is A.J. Peril on the Twisted Stay 100 as a score. Arnold Adams wants Hall & Oates Super Hits. Arnold Adams got Hall & Oates. Donna on Aaron Hall. And Jerry does take Nightwish. That was the full album. Okay? That stack left Amy Grant, Arlo Guthrie, Herbie Hancock, Ben Harper, Thea Gilmore Gomez, and Gary and the Pacemakers. Donna wants the Herbie Hancock that Donna put back. So did Mary Miles. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, she got Aaron Hall. Okay, sorry. Boy, those came in weird. The very first comment was one of the last CDs I showed. How weird is that? Everything got like way out of order there, so that's what threw me off. We got it figured out though. All right. Next layer in this box. I don't know. Let's just pull them out and show them. Candy Dulfer, Sax Uality. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, I Want My TV. Duffy, Rock Ferry. The Donnas, Spend the Night. The Drums, Jubilee Dive. The Best of the Doobies, 2 of them. Drunkard Prayer, Over the Rhine. Eagle Eye Cherry. Garcia, Passion. I'm confused. Did I get Herbie Hancock? Mary Miles, you got Herbie Hancock. Yes. You did, in fact, get Herbie Hancock. Yes. Chad Davis on Dire Straits, $6.99. Zombie Man on Donna's. Zombie Man on Donna's. And Darren Chrisman, 2nd. That stack left Candy Dulfer, Duffy Rock Ferry, The Drums, 2 Doobie Brothers Best Of, Drunkard's Prayer, Over the Line, Eagle Eye Cherry, and Gracia. I think I said Garcia. It's Gracia, I believe. Leslie Holt on Duffy. Chad Davis said Madonna. No Madonna here. And Richard Group wants Randy Newman, Trouble in Paradise. This is sold to Richard Group. Randy Newman, Trouble in Paradise. Okay. No, it was the it was the Donnas. Okay. The Donnas, yeah. That's true. Thank you. Very true. Some say it may be the most truest. The Sound of White, Missy Higgins. Steer EP, Missy Higgins. Peter Hallman, Flown This Acid World. Alessi's Ark, Notes from the Treehouse. Eric Clapton, From the Cradle. Edema, self-titled. Acceptance, Phantoms. A Fine Frizzy, One Cell in the Sea. AM, Side by Side, featuring Buddy, Tendico, Rick Garcia. Allie and AJ, Insomniatic. Allie and AJ. Crucify, Tori Amos. Anti-Gon Rising, From the Ground Up. And Jerry Lee Lewis, Killer Country. Donna first on Eric Clapton, From the Cradle. And so far, no other claims. We had Missy Higgins, Peter Hallman, Alessi's Ark, Edema, Acceptance, A Fine Frenzy, Allie and AJ, Tori Amos, Crucify, So to Leslie Holt, and then Jerry Lee Lewis, Killer Country, and Anti-Gon Rising. Tori Amos is got 5 tracks on it. It's got 5 tracks on it. Never had seen that before. Let me grab a box because I'm going to have to clear off some of these from the table right quick. So here we go. Here we go. Shoom, boom, 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 boom. Shoom, boom, boom. If you decide you want any of these, they're still available. I'm just going to keep all these together. I have been posting, just so y'all know. Of course, if you're watching right now, it doesn't really matter to you. But I have been posting any of the leftovers of these in the group. I've been trying to do 2 boxes every day over a whole lot of records at 12. Just in case maybe you do miss something or you want to look something up, you'll have a time until somebody else claims it, I guess, over there. Let me clear up some of these right quick. I'm going to still leave that stack there because that's from that other collection. All right, I got some breathing room now. We'll be able to finish probably most of this box. Probably we'll be able to finish all of it. So here we go. Let's pick up the pace. We'll be able to finish these up tonight. And we'll start to a new beginning tomorrow. Carla Hennessy, Carla Hennessy, Ultimate High. Herman's Hermits, No Milk Today. That looks like a greatest hits. Here's a Missy Higgins. This time it's autographed, On a Clear Night. Missy Higgins, All for Believing EP. Missy Higgins, The Old Razzle Dazzle. Missy Higgins, On a Clear Night. Catching a Tiger by Lizzie. Lissy, Back to Forever. Bonnie Raitt, Nick of Time. The Platters, The Great Pretender. Katie Todd, Mumbled Speech. Some kind of promo or compilation. Personal Jesus. Outcast is on here, 95 South. Some kind of comp. Trespassers William, Different Stars. Via Tania, Under a Different Sky. And 3 Generations Walking. 3 Generations Walking. Mary Miles on Bonnie Raitt. So to Mary Miles. Moving right along. Let's put those right there. Moving right along. Yeah, we should be able to finish this box tonight. It's the final countdown. Da-da-dun-dun. Ra-da-dun-dun-dun. The Everly Brothers, all-time original hits. The Reminder by Feist, F-E-I-S-T. Franz Ferdinand, self-titled. Duran Duran, 10 Great Songs. Eagles on the Border. The Collection of Sheena Easton. Echo Smith, Talking Dreams. 8mm, Songs to Love and Die By. Ozzy, Room Noises. Ozzy, Room Noises. Ozzy, Laughing City. Antonio wants that promo sampler deal. He wants this one right here. That's so to Antonio Villanueva. Angela wants the Edema from the last stack. This is sold to Angela Lewis for $6.99. Chad Davis gets the Eagles. That was a pretty good stack there. Eagles on the Border, sold to Chad Davis. Antonio Villanueva on the Duran Duran. And that left Europe, Everly Brothers, The Reminder by Feist. Franz Ferdinand. Sheena Easton, The Best Of. Echo Smith, 8mm, Ozzy. So those are all still available. Next handful is right here. And those are Aqualung, featuring the songs from the Volkswagen Beetle TV commercial. Promo, not for sale. Interesting. Archangels. Arrested Development. Zinga Galuma Dumini. Arrested Development, 3 years, 2 months, 3 days. Joseph Arthur Redemption Song. Joseph Arthur's Redemption Song. The Four Freshmen Collector Series. The Julia Fordham Collection. Julia Fordham Swept, Sealed. Julia Fordham East West. Julia Fordham Swept. The Ben Taylor Band. Antonio wanted Europe as well. Europe is also sold to Antonio Villanueva. Mary Miles was next on the Eagles. Donna Turner on AD. Donna Turner, AD was for Arrested Development. So you can have Zinga Galuma Aduni or 3 years, 5 months, and 2 days. Your dibs on those. And then that stack, who was buying all the Julia Fordhams earlier? There's Aqualung, something to do with Volkswagen. Archangels, Joseph Arthur, 4 Freshmen, Julia Fordham. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. No, we got 4, 3 different ones, and then Ben Taylor. And she wants Zynga. The one with their hit song Tennessee is on this one, the one that's still available. And that's sold to Donna, and then Ben Taylor is sold to Mary Miles. Okay, next handful. Enigma, MCMXCAD, Enigma, Enigma 3. The Best of Indian, Paint the Sky with Stars, Orinoco Flow, Gloria, Destiny, 2 copies. This is Melissa Etheridge, Yes I Am. The Best of Aretha Franklin, The Best of Aretha Franklin, RESEPCT. Find out what it means to me. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools. Say a little prayer. Nice. Okay, so first is Susie on EM. Enigma, she wants both Enigmas. Those are sold to Susie. DJ Jazzy on AR. And I'm assuming that was for Aretha Franklin. And then Leslie, your ME was for what? Melissa Etheridge. Got it. And let me take this stack to the back because it is tip-toppy, wibbly-wobbly. And Susie, how much time do we have left? This is, folks, tip-toppily, wiggly-wobbly. It's all jankly-dankly. It's creak-crank-clankly. It's grankly-gankly. It's jean-jank-jankly. Cuckoo-cachoo. I am the Eggman. I am the Walrus. Sitting on a cornflake, waiting for the band to come. Jubilation t-shirts. Jubilee is a Tuesday, there's a man, and an English rain. Angela, I have already pulled that for you. Angela, that has been pulled and your name is written all over it. Chiseled in stone. Mizzling, prizzling, benzing, pretty little policeman in a row. Oh. Aqualung, the All or Nothing EP. That must be the name of a band. When I hear Aqualung, I think of Jethro Tull. Eddie Carey, Another Kind of Fire. Gracia, Intoxicated. The Perfect Christmas Holiday Music of 2006. 2 disc. Katie Herzig, The Waking Sleep. It's signed. Colby Calliot, Breakthrough. A Fine Frenzy, One Cell in the Sea. A Fine Frenzy, One Cell in the Sea. The Fifth Dimension's Greatest Hits on Earth. It is the Dawn of Aquarius. Heart, Brigade. Little Richard's Greatest Songs. Rusty String Quartet, Barnica. Rilo Kiley, More Adventures. Heather Nova, Siren. Marvelous Things, Osley, Laughing City, Osley. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this right now in an 8-minute blitz. The CDs that I originally showed for $9.99, I'm just going to do this tonight to try to get one more stack sold. I got 2 towers back here of $9.99 CDs that didn't sell. I'm going to read through them one more time for $6.99. Okay? So price reduction. You might change your mind now that they're $6.99 on a few. Don't claim them till I show them. Because they're going to get posted tomorrow in the group and they're going to sell out in there for sure because they're way too good of titles. Anybody else on these? We got about 8 minutes. And that's what I'm going to do. Aqualung, Eddie Carey, Gracia, holiday music from Bath and Body Works, folks. That looks like something my mom would have in her cabinet. Katie Herzig, Colby Calliot, Fine Frenzy, A Fine Frizzy, Fifth Dimension, Heart, Little Richard, Rusty String Quartet, Rilo Kiley, Heather Nova, Osley and Osley. All right, and I'm going to put those over here. And that is the conclusion of that box. that I've had over here that we've been chipping away at for a long time. You just heard me empty it, okay? Mary Miles wants Rusty Strings. I got all those back here behind me. If you decide you want something, just let me know, okay? Here we go. So let's go through these stacks as a recap. And for those that might have been watching, great stuff here for $6.99, okay? Leslie takes to Bath & Body Works. Looks like something they would have been giving away at Christmas time at Bath & Body Works or something in 2006. Seems like such a simpler time back then. 2006. All right, that's sold. So here we go. Let me cut this stack in half. And I think a bunch of these are going to sell at $6.99. So let's do it. Sound City 606. Nice. This is Dave Grohl, Stevie Nicks, Rick Springfield, Corey Taylor, Josh Homme, Paul McCartney. 606 Sound City. Santana Supernatural with Rob Thomas's Smooth. One of their 20 times platinum. Music from The Thing, John Carpenter's. Ennio Morricone. Tribe of Judah, Exit Elvis. Tina Turner, Simply the Best. What's Love Got to Do with It, folks? 38 Special, The Very Best. Hold On Loosely. You Can Be My Fantasy Girl. 38 Special. Rick Springfield, Songs for the End of the World. Straight No Chaser with a Twist. Styx, The Mission. Stone God, Silver Spoons and Broken Bones. These are $6.99. First is Dino Vinyl Vixen. That is Beckett Howitt? No. Who is Dino? Man, I don't remember that one. But remind me. Donna got Tina Turner. Juanita Gagney does get Sound City. Angela Lewis wants Heart Brigade from the last stack. Heart Brigade from the last stack. That is sold to Angela Lewis. Let me find it. What have I done with it? It was just right here. There it is. This is sold to Angela Lewis. And then Mary Miles got Santana. Zombie Man got 38 Special. Denise, thank you. Denise is Dino. I should know that. Dino, Denise. That's The Thing. That's so Denise. And Greg RX, you were next. So Stone God, Styx, Straight No Chaser, Rick Springfield, and Tribe of Judah. Okay, moving on. We have now Todd Snyder, Live the Storyteller. Todd Snyder, First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder. Todd Snyder, The Excitement Plan. Paul Simon's Concert in the Park, a double pack. The Best of Simon and Garfunkel. Roger Taylor, Strange Frontier. Roger Taylor from Queen. The Sports Don't Throw Stones. Excuse me. Yeah, The Sports Don't Throw Stones. 2 discs, The Sports. Southside Johnny, Live in Boston, 1978. And 2 Twisted Sisters. Still Hungry and Love is for Suckers. Twisted Sister, and music from The Sopranos. Wow. R.L. Burnside, Sinatra, Cream, Bo Diddley, Springsteen, Van Morrison, Costello, The Sopranos. All those are $6.99. $6.99. Mary Miles wants Paul Simon's Concert in the Park. Clay Moore on the Twisted Sister. Let me know which 2 you want, or which of the 2, or if you want both. And that left The Sopranos, Southside Johnny, The Sports, Roger Taylor, The Best of Simon and Garfunkel, Todd Snyder, and Todd Snyder, and Todd Snyder, times 3 on Todd. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do, well, let me show the first few on top here. There's Orange Goblin, A Eulogy for the Fans, the original 7, Condensate. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. The Plimsolls, and The Very Best of Wilson Pickett. The Very Best of Wilson Pickett. We're talking about In the Midnight Hour, Mustang Sally, Funky Broad, Land of a Thousand Dances. We all know that one. That one's available. Now, here's what I'm going to do with Robert Palmer, okay? Here's what I'm going to do with Robert Palmer. So these were double packs I had priced for $9.99. Double pack, double pack, double pack, double pack, double pack, double pack. And one of them had 3 albums. Yeah, that one has 3 albums, okay? So, and then there's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $40. $40 for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 disc. Just think of it as a 14 disc box set. $40 for Robert Palmer. How could you go wrong there? That's a crazy deal. Both Twisted Sisters are sold to Clay Moore. $6.99, $6.99. Wilson Pickett is sold to Donna Turner for $6.99. And Donna does want the Robert Palmer bundle. All the Robert Palmers there for $60. Okay, here's some more $6.99. Time's ticking. We're near the end of the stream. We've almost sold all the recaps here. First is Billy Squier, The Tale of the Tape. Cat Stevens, The Very Best of Cat Stevens. These are great titles. Jon Stewart, Chili Wins. Now the Volunteer Jam, Best of, essentially, Volume 1 and 2. $6.99 each. Jerry Jeff Walker Expanded, self-titled. The Velcro Pygmies, Life of the Party. Vigilantes of Love, VOL. The Titanic soundtrack. The Top Gun soundtrack with 5 bonus tracks. Rocky II. The Stripes soundtrack. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. Never Let the Bastards Wear You Down. Bruce Springsteen Magic. Bruce Springsteen High Hopes, Where's Susie At? Bruce Springsteen London. Bruce Springsteen Western Stars. And the Best of Sting, Fields of Gold. Those are all $6.99. $6.99. They were $9.99 a second ago. Has Facebook already ended? I hadn't seen a Facebook comment in a while. Is Facebook over? Test 1, 2. Scott Oman on DS for Dee Snider. That's sold to Scott Oman for $6.99. Mary Miles on the Jerry Jeff Walker for $6.99. Is Facebook over? Is anybody still over there? Clay Moore next on Dee Snider. So we still got Best of Sting, all the Bruce Springsteens, Stripes, Rocky, Top Gun, Titanic, Vigilantes of Soul, Velcro Pygmies, Volunteer Jam, Jon Stewart, Cat Stevens, and Billy Squier. And then over here are these. Rick Springfield, The Greatest Hits Live. Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. Rick Springfield, Success Hadn't Spoiled Me Yet. Donna Summer's Greatest Hits on the Radio, Volumes 1 and 2. Carly Simon's Greatest Hits Live. Concert in the Park, Simon and Garfunkel, Michelle Shocked, She's Having a Baby. Sinatra reprised The Good Years, The Wee Small Hours. Classic Sinatra, Carly Simon Live, and Carly Simon's Greatest Hits. Facebook ended a long time ago. Well, I don't know about a long time ago. Maybe, how long ago did it end? Susie said we had 8 minutes. It ended about 2 minutes ago. It ended about 2 minutes ago. All right, that's the end of the show. Unless anybody has any more claims, that's it. That's it. Let's have anybody has any more claims. Now, Donna, you know you got to tune in for Metal Night, right? Because you know there's going to be other stuff. You know there's going to be other stuff. It ended at 1:43. Wow, it was a long time ago then. Mary Miles on the concert in Central Park. Thank you, Mary. Now, y'all don't think just because it's Metal Night that we're not going to have other stuff, because we will. And Chad's got to go get something to eat. I got to come back here and get ready for tomorrow. I got to make a final decision if I'm going to Denver to Metallica. I'm thinking about traveling to Denver. I know a customer up there that's going to the Metallica concert. And if that's true, then I'm not going to be here Friday and Saturday. So, Clay Moore on Billy Squier. Clay Moore on Billy Squier, Tale of the Tape, right? If I end up going to see Metallica in Denver, I will not be here Friday and Saturday. So, you'll either have to beg Paul to stay on late and sell CDs, or You'll have to wait for me to come back on Monday. Because my plane, if I do it, my plane will come back Monday at 8:30 a.m. I haven't took a day off since the last Metallica concert. So, the last time I took a night off, let me find the pictures from the concert. The last night I took a night off, the last time I missed a show other than Sundays was May 3rd. It was May 3rd. There's me, Ed, and Seth. So that's the last time I took a day off from work. May 3rd, so that's almost 2 months. I didn't realize it was that long ago. Wow, it has been a long time. So I have not missed a day since May 3rd. Wow. I have done, if you count Sundays, I've worked for 1, 2, 3, 4, because I've worked on Sundays too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will make 8. I've worked for 56 straight days. I've worked for 56 straight days. I think I might go to Denver for a few nights. I think I might do that. I probably need to for my mental health. Maybe for my mental health I might need to. I don't like doing it because it throws us off pace for sales, but, you know, you only live once, everybody. You only live once. So y'all might be missing me on Friday and Saturday night. That's Metallica in my head, okay? Thanks, everybody. I'm ending the stream. Good night. If you need to say good night, now's the time to do it. I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. See you later. See you later. I didn't go see Metallica in Atlanta. I didn't go see Metallica in... I didn't go see AC/DC in Nashville. I regret that one big time. And this is the last time they're playing before they head overseas. So... here we go. Good night, everybody. I'm ending the chat, and I'll be back tomorrow, and then I'll be back